We're live.
Yeah, we're live again.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Illustrado Go Live. And I'm Lalaine Chu-Benitez, Editor-in-Chief here at Illustrado.
And I'm Alwee Villarosa. I'm the features editor of Illustrado magazine.
And yeah, we're sitting here at
the very beautiful, we're residents here.
Yeah, we're
right?
residents here actually.
We're here at the Radisson Blu Hotel in Dubai Dare
Creek at the Royal Club here at the 10th floor. What a beautiful place. And like I said, welcome to another episode of Illustrado Go Live.
Buhos, angat. Kumilos ka para sa pangarap na makapagpatuloy, makapagpatapos, na makapagsimula. Let's move.
This Independence Day, celebrate your freedom to move more with LBC's box bundles. Mas pinalaki, mas pinatibay, mas affordable na. Happy Independence Day from LBC.
We're back.
We're back,
Yeah.
and of course, before anything else, we'd like to thank our generous sponsors who have always supported us all this time. We have LBC Express Incorporated, Kaya Skin Clinic, Western Union, and of course, the fabulous Radisson Blu Hotel, Dubai Dare Creek.
Yeah, at least we can say that now. Like the Radisson Blu Hotel,
my
Dubai Dare.
goodness.
It was like a tongue twister for us.
Shout out to Clara
Shout
out
out to
there.
Clara.
It took us some time to, be able to say that quickly. But there are a lot of good things happening
A lot
here
of
at the
good
Radisson,
things.
especially
We've
for
been
OFWs.
going
yeah.
here for so many months. I think for almost like half of the year,
Half
right?
of the year
And
we've
we've
been
tried
here.
all the restaurants. And for you guys out there who have not tried the restaurants out here in the Radisson Blu Dubai Dare Creek, Radisson Blu Hotel, Dubai Dare Creek. There's an amazing ongoing OFW promo.
promotion.
It's 2-for-1 offer for
Uh-huh.
all the Filipinos out there. You can bring your non-Filipino friends also.
Yeah.
That's across the Asian restaurants here at the hotel. So that's Sumibiya,
You have Yum.
that's Yum, that's Minato,
China
the
Club.
China Club.
and brunch at the fish market, right?
The fish market. So very, very amazing offer. And if you guys want to know what's in the restaurant, we have running videos.
Exactly. You have eating with Team Illustrado.
Eating out with Team Illustrado. And if you want to know how to really pronounce broccoli.
Yeah,
broccoli.
Alwee. It's broccoli, Alwee.
It's broccoli apparently. So it's been
so
alive
check out
my
those
entire
videos.
life.
Those
Check out
videos
those
are really
videos.
fun.
Yeah.
Fish
So
market.
you get kind of like a feel and experience of what to expect here at the very beautiful Radisson Blu
all the
Hotel.
beautiful food in the restaurants.
And the beautiful view.
And the beautiful view, right? Which is really 50% of the experience,
exactly.
right? So, yeah, an amazing day today. We have so much in store for you. A lot of inspiring content.
This is the cover.
Yes, this is our
Quarter 3.
This is our
work
quarter
and play
3 issue, which is work and play. And it's work and play because we realize that there's really a parallel between business and travel. There's always that sense of adventure. You know, you need to be intrepid and bold to go out there.
And even for a lot of us who are working, like we need a break sometimes, you know? And that's why in this issue, it's a very special issue because we are showcasing a lot of rising Filipino startups.
Rising Filipino startups.
Filipino-founded businesses across
here
the GCC.
in the UAE and the GCC. We're also going to be talking about, you know, some tips on how to win during the downturn. And, you know, a tip for Philippine brands out there that want to branch out here in the UAE and the rest of the Gulf. Right?
And we also have a lot of travel stories. We are going to show you the top 10 destinations that we love this year.
Top 12.
Top 12, actually. Top 12.
And then we're going to be talking about, we're going to be bringing you tips, travel tips from Filipinos who actually live in your favorite cities across the world.
So yeah,
there's
watch
so
out.
much, yeah?
Stay tuned. Guys, watch until the end. You're gonna enjoy the show. A lot of things to talk about.
A lot of things to talk about. So let's talk about our first feature of the day, which is called Winning Through the GCC Downturn. Lessons on resilience, agility, and opportunities. And, you know, in the last 2 years, Alwee, people have been talking about how difficult business has been, in not only in the UAE, but also in the entire Gulf region. It's because of the low oil prices and the lower consumer spending. So a lot of people are affected by that. But what we wanted to do was to check with business leaders and see how they are thriving, you know, even at this kind of a situation. And we spoke to 3 business leaders, very prominent business leaders. First of all, retail icon. We call him an icon, but you know, we feel very close to him here in the Filipino community. Ishwar Chugani, the managing director of GIORDANO, who is also a proud Lasallian.
Who's a proud Lasallian, and we've adopted him as he's probably more Filipino than like
he's probably more Filipino than a lot of us. And yeah, of course, Ishwar Chugani is there. Engineer Mary Jane Alvero Mahdi, who is the CEO of the Prime Group of Companies, a very prominent Filipina in the community. And of course, Jovy Tuano, who used to be the chairman of the Philippine Business Council in Abu Dhabi, who is also the CEO of Asia Gulf. And you know what we've learned by talking to them, and we're going to be posting these articles very soon, and you will see it also in the digital issue, which we will be posting the link of, you know, within the video later on, is that the downturn is not all doom and gloom, you know. So what we have learned from them is that companies are actually able to innovate also during this time. So what did you say earlier about innovation, Alwee?
Oh yeah, because we were talking about the topic of cam, and we were talking about innovation. For good businesses, innovation just it doesn't come only when bad things happen, you know, like you innovate when good things happen, you innovate when bad things happen, and that's how you grow the business. And I really like the term resiliency.
Resilience,
in business. I think that's very important in a business world, you know, like
not only not only to survive but also to thrive. Just wanted to pick out a few things, and you know, there's that adage, right? Need is the mother of all invention, right? So sometimes when people are put to the test, that's when they can really evolve and, you know, blossom into other things. And we've seen it from our business leaders like Ishwar and Mary Jane. Ishwar was saying that At this time, what was key for them to keep it going was to listen to what their customer needed and to be flexible enough to change the way they operate or the way they do things or their service or their product offerings, you know, to be in tune with the market.
I like that. Listening is very important in business.
Yes, you have to listen.
In many industries.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses complicate the way they communicate with their audience, but like these are the
Sometimes.
people that you're
Exactly.
meeting. The people
it is
that
as
you
simple
eat with.
as listening. Jovy Tuano said, keep your ears on the ground. You know, listen to what's happening and listen to what's going on. On the other hand of the spectrum, Mary Jane, you know, their company, they were able to evolve into new businesses, you know, in the last 2 years also. So it was a time for expansion because they were looking at where the market was going to and what people needed. And that was, you know, that has enabled them to become a one-stop shop for their client, you know,
like
offering so
what
many
they
different
said,
businesses.
what she said here is, as the saying goes, innovate or die.
This is from Jovy Tuano, yes.
Right. Collaborate with other industry players and put your ears on the ground. So, like, I like that. That's a very powerful statement.
This is a very, you know, it's a very good article. We advise you folks, especially if you're into entrepreneurship, if you're already running a business, whether you're having a good time, an easy time, or a bad time right now, please learn from these people. We're going to be posting the article and we're going to be putting the link to our digital issue so you can read this article. Perhaps we can read some of the advice that they have for entrepreneurs. Here you have Mary Jane saying, do differently from others, master your craft, know your edge in the market, and be strategically competitive. Most of all, and this, all of them have said, maintain and invest in customer relationships. Now more than ever, this is the time you need to be really keeping a good and close relationship with your customers.
And I also would like to share what Jovy Tuano said. He says, you can only grow your business if you innovate or change the way you produce or trade your products and services to meet customer expectations.
Like he said, innovate or die. Very simple. You know, it's very blunt, but that's the reality out there. Ishwar Chugani also shared something which is very, very interesting for me. He said, a company's culture is the ultimate competitive advantage. Competitors can steal your products or services or even your key employees. However, they cannot steal a great company culture. That resonated with me so much, you know, because anybody and everybody can copy you. Anybody can copy whatever your company is doing, but they cannot steal the core of your company, which is the culture, which is the heart of the company, your ethics, you know, the way you view things. That nobody can steal. So lots of good lessons. Please wait for that article and, you know, let's learn from the best of them all. Now we move on to our next story. Alwee, do you want to read the title? Another interesting story.
Another interesting story that we're highlighting today is Growing Together with the Global Filipino, which is LBC.
Yeah.
So a lot of businesses back home, as you were saying,
They're very interested, yeah.
They're very interested to tap on this Middle Eastern market, right? And one of the businesses that has been very brave to kind of like go here and like reach out to the people and cater to the Filipinos and maybe even non-Filipinos out here. I think it's a very brave thing to do.
Is LBC, you know, now we put the subtitle, LBC exemplifies the bold growth mindset of a Philippine brand surfing the OFW market. You know, we've been here in the UAE for such a long time. It's too long, I'm embarrassed to mention. So, you know, we've seen a lot of companies come and go, and, you know, there are only a handful of Philippine companies that are actually out here fully committed to the OFW market. Like, they will come and they will go, and all their initiatives are very tactical in the market. But I think to be able to really succeed and capture and leverage the benefit ng mga OFWs out here, you have to be committed full on. Just like, you know, these guys, I think LBC, I'm just looking for those stats. They have 6,400 branches, hubs, warehouses, and partners and agents in over 30 countries. And 13,000 employees. Now, how many Philippine brands are ready to commit like that? So we feel that, you know, if you're from the Philippines, guys, if you're working with a Philippine brand, the real way to go is to come here and be part of this market and actually serve the Filipinos, not just to come once in a while, but commit to presence here, so that you can be successful in the market.
Another thing that again, we go back to innovation, like what LBC has done. I really like the title of this article, like growing with the global Filipino, because the Filipino that we know then who are here, they're changing.
Exactly, that's a good point.
And as a brand, LBC caters to the changing and growing global Filipino or global kabayan, right?
That's right. As a matter of fact, when we were
like even their services are changing. It's not the balikbayan, like the big balikbayan boxes anymore. Like they have like a smaller ones.
So they said for them to succeed in the market, it's really following what the community needs, because the community is changing, like you said. And now LBC is not only serving ordinary Filipinos, but they're also catering to SMEs. So they have services to cater to small businesses, and that's another growth area for them. And what helped them innovate is being here and actually feeling the market, actually
listening, understanding, and catering to the market who they really want to talk to.
So if you want to learn about what LBC has done in the past and where they're headed to, so that you can also help your Philippine brand come out here and grow, please do read this article. We're going to be uploading that very soon. And just to break our very serious discussion right now, we'll have to greet the people who are watching us. Alwee, go ahead.
I would like to say hi to Roland Rodriguez, who's watching today, Joy Kaasi, Regina Marauta, Beethoven Betong,
hey,
hello,
Betong.
hi. Ann Liagas is watching, Al Pente,
Al Perez
Manlangit.
From
I'm
Kuwait.
sorry, I keep butchering everyone's name.
Don't
like
butcher.
this is.
It's not broccoli. So Al Perez from Kuwait.
Maricar Blanco Harry is
Hey,
watching.
Maricar,
Josephine
hi.
Cuthbert is watching. Gabriel Rimando is watching. And Ishwar Chugani.
The retail
Kamusta?
icon. Kamusta, Ishwar? We need to have you in Illustrado live.
I think we have more
days,
people watching. Yeah.
Of course, Jules Casabal, who is all the way in the Philippines, representing the farm at San Benito, another favorite place of ours. Ana De Leon, hi Ana. Ion Gonzaga, of course, hi Ion. Jeff Anog, our friends, and Heiko De Sesto, Anne of Strawberry Nails. Hello, Anne. My hair. Yeah.
Oh, Anne does her hair?
Yes, not Anne, but si Chris, and Tess Manzano from Liali Jewelry, and of course Rose and Antonio. Guys, if you're out there, just say hi to us, drop us a line. Maybe you have questions about business. We have a special guest today.
We have a celebrity guest
We have a celebrity guest. At least a rock star in the trade sector, And she will be talking about the Philippines' participation at the Dubai Expo 2020. What a landmark thing for all of us Filipinos out there. But before we bring her in, let's lighten up the mood with our next video, which is all about...
this is our top 10 travel destinations.
Top 12,
Top 12? Why do I
10
keep
plus
saying
2.
10 plus 2. Isang desena po ito, mga
isang
kabayan.
desena. It's the top 12 travel destinations that we love this year.
Yes, this year.
This year. Let's get to that.
Oh, that was fast.
Those were our 10 plus 2.
10 plus 2 travel destinations that we love this year.
year.
Very, very interesting because this is not your usual, you know, but like we have the staple ones that we will always love, like Copenhagen. You have Istanbul,
Tokyo.
Turkey. In Tokyo, but there are new ones like Kotor in India.
Yeah.
You have Novi Sad in
Kotor in Montenegro.
Kotor
right.
in Montenegro, and then
Kolkata, yeah?
Kolkata in India. You have Novi Sad, which is the Athens
Serbia.
of Serbia. So a lot of very, very interesting destinations. We're gonna be sharing this list in our digital platforms
To
and
inspire your next
to inspire
travel.
your
Yeah.
next travel.
What's your favorite there?
I
You
think
were talking
we've-
about, Montenegro, right?
Montenegro, because it's very interesting. You know, like Milan, Italy, Paris, the secret is out already. But like with Montenegro, there is a mysteriousness. I heard like the parties in Montenegro are amazing.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
it's cheap.
We've seen Philippine designer Angel Villar celebrate her birthday there in Montenegro recently, and it really looked beautiful. So, you know, it's a good place to be targeting for your next
I feel like
holiday.
if Italy and New Zealand had a baby, it would be Montenegro. It's that beautiful.
That's an interesting way of putting it. But anyway, well, we'll go back to travel later on, but now let's go back to business, guys. And now we're going to be talking about the rising Filipino startups. What a very booming scene in Asia. You know, Asian pundits are saying that the Philippines is the hotbed for startups right now.
But that was my question to you a while ago. Like,
Yeah.
how do you really define a startup?
Exactly. A
'Cause-
lot of people are asking what a startup is. So essentially, a startup, of course, is an SME, but startups are built to scale quickly. Sometimes I get confused when I say that. They're built to scale quickly, and most of the time, startups are built for the founders to exit quickly. You know, like you say, in the next 5 years, I'm going to be acquired by Amazon, and you know that's going to blow up the business. So typically, these startups are in the tech sector because that's where you see so much growth. You know, so much exponential growth, and the Philippines is so active in this right now. And it has been estimated that there are about 500 startups, you know, in the sector. And we're going to be talking about some of the very promising startups in the Philippines and as well as here in the UAE, starting with
Denarii Cash, founded by John Edward Santillan.
well, he's a rock star. You know, everybody, I mean, Filipinos are still very few and far between in the startup community here in the UAE. And of course, leading us out there is John Edward Santillan. Their company has won, you know, the 4th Dubai Smartpreneur competition, and you know they have a very novel way of allowing Filipinos like us to send money back home without any charges. So right now they're covering the UAE and Saudi
Yes.
Arabia, but I think soon they're going to be covering India and Pakistan as well.
they're
So
going to be catering to those markets as well.
exactly. So guys, we're telling you about these companies not only for you to get inspired, but also to remind you to please support our Filipino business community, okay? So please support. That's Denarii Cash. Also in the fintech category, we have Accudine and Beam and Go in the Philippines. Now, Accudine is very interesting because what they're doing is that they're helping SMEs, you know, to get money or to get financing, because sometimes it takes a long time for small companies to get paid. So,
Yeah.
you know, you have to wait for 90 days, you have to wait for 120 days to get your payments. What Accudine does is that if you're already billed, you've already issued your invoice, they help fund that for you within 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get access to funds, which is very, very important for entrepreneurs. And Accudine was founded by Magellan Fetalino, right?
And then we have Beam and Go, founded by Marilee Stan, Jonathan Ichua, and Albert Kishango. I think a lot of Filipinos abroad will be able to relate to it because when we send
Yeah.
our monies back home,
Yeah.
it's kind of like misused. You know,
Exactly.
like our families get excited and like
Sometimes
buy
you
a lot
don't
of
know
stuff,
what happened
go
to
on
the
a
money.
shopping spree. So
Exactly.
you don't know what happens to the money. That's why Beam and Go is here.
Yeah,
right?
so they're trying to solve that problem. So what happens is that you can actually buy like grocery coupons or pay for utility bills using their app, which assures you that your money goes where it's supposed to go, and that is to help your family and make sure that they're able to control and budget their finances properly, right? And then from fintech, we go to agriculture technology. We have Agraba Marketplace. And the founders are Jojo Gumino-Ocol and June-Ocol. And what Agraba helps with the community is that they're actually plugging in farmers with partners, because typically farmers end up poor, right, back home. That's a big problem because they're not getting paid properly. And
Philippines is kind of like Philippines relies quite heavily on
the
agriculture sector.
Yeah.
And I'm sure our guest later will have some thoughts about this also.
So they're helping out the farmers to get partners who can facilitate fair trade, and they get paid properly for the services that they provide. We also have FarmWatch Solutions, established since 2016, with the founders Jane C. Rupert Calvin Sievert and Athena La Vega. And FarmWatch is actually helping out farm setups in the Philippines with environmental and energy monitoring. So they're actually helping farm producers back home to make sure that whatever facilities they have are optimal, right?
Yeah, I think the FarmWatch goal is to ensure that both the workers and even the animals get an efficient and expert environmental monitoring, which is beneficial from the business to the consumer side.
Definitely. Right? And then we have Burkit.ph, which is founded by Herbert Joey Bactong, Roy Benedict Julian, Jeff Clarence Turla, Alexander Soriano, Benedicto Manresa, and Juan Celso Flores. Burkit, actually, their vision is to become like the Facebook or the LinkedIn for businesses back home. So this is like a marketplace where you get matched with the suppliers that you need, with the providers that you need, with the clients that you need. So it's a great space,
Is it like the Yellow Pages of 2019?
Well,
but like so much better.
This is like the Yellow Pages on steroids, because actually it's a very dynamic kind of connection. Gone are the days when you have to go through directories, yeah? And then of course, we have All Access.
We have All Access, a very, very new startup and a concept here in the UAE.
In the UAE.
Very interesting because with the growth of SMEs and startup companies, there is another startup named All Access that caters to this
co-working spaces,
co-working spaces, and caters to people who are involved in the industry.
Yeah.
So what's really good and interesting about this startup is that it mirrors your lifestyle. So it's not just a co-work space, but
you
it
get
also
lifestyle perks, right?
You get lifestyle perks. You get access to gyms. You get access to cafes and to yoga places. A lot of things. So
it's basically a work and play situation for them, right?
Yeah.
So guys, if you are a remote worker or you're off, your company operates like this, please do check out All Access co-working space and support. Let's support each other, right? Maybe we can break for some greetings, Alwee.
Yes, I'm ready to butcher some names again. Saying hi to Junie Sorsano.
Pag si Junie pa ang binutcher mo niyan, unforgivable.
Nag-work na si Junie on Friday.
Hey Junie, Junie Sorsano, yes.
Yeah.
Nathaniel
Alapide is also watching. Ron Awa is watching. Dea Paderes is watching. Albert Alba, hello. Romeline Ibay, Ella Venice Ginto.
You can do it, Alwee.
I know Ella. Hi, Ella. And Jen Bonifacio is also watching.
Of course, we have Christian J. Redual, Chris Daimon, who's always supporting us. Hi, Chris. Leo Barameda, hello, Leo. Nicolo Halores, Gilbert Reed, all the way from Ireland. Hello, Gilbert. And of course, we have Ruby Bebita, all the way from Tbilisi in Georgia. Ruby, we're going to be talking about your tips later on.
So much people watching from all over the world.
Yeah, and Edwin Duria, of course, is there. And Jomar Gazo,
watching from Sydney, Australia.
Wow. Hi, guys. And thank you for participating. And so we go back to our startups. We have Tangere. It was so difficult for me. I wasn't sure if this is Tangere or Tangere, but I saw the video, and it is Tangere, and it's founded by Martin Xavier Peñaflor, Again, a startup in the Philippines, they're handling big data analytics. So if you're a Philippine company that needs to do a survey, they are able to do this for you at a fraction of the cost, and they incentivize people to answer these surveys. So check them out, Tangere app. And then we have TripZeeker.
TripZeeker, this is made, founded by Kim Ko Lim, made for the wanderlusts. You know, the people who like to travel, seeking for new activities and adventures and things to do in a city, and just basically like planning your entire trip, right? But like, with so much more efficiency.
From travel to fashion, we have StyleGenie.ph, founded by Abby Victorino, Minri Macapugay, and Rion Palacios, which is very exciting because, you know, instead of just buying your clothes, you actually get a full styled kit just for you, which, you know, takes the guesswork out of the whole equation, makes it easier for you to get dressed up in the morning. So do check out StyleGenie.ph. Of course, we have Cajon.ph, which is also in the Philippines. It's a logistics company, and it's on-demand tech-enabled storage. What an interesting concept. We're going to be sharing all these information with you later on.
And this Cajon.ph is founded by Nick Padilla and Carlos Domingo.
And then we have Mr. Geek Mobile Solutions, founded by Roy Bautista. And they provide mobile app solutions to a lot of SMEs in the Philippines. And we have Snippet Media, established since 2016, and the CEO is Christopher Starr. I love your name, Christopher Starr. So if you're listening, do holler at us.
Are you connected to Patrick Starr by any chance?
Christopher Starr, love his name. So he said, we bring together a group of skill-driven, enthusiastic, and professional individuals who come together every morning to bring you the stories that matter. So that's another platform where you can get your, you know, information fresh. Do check them out, snippetmedia.com.
And
of
there's
course,
another business out here.
Like we don't know these people,
like we don't
right?
know these people.
Kami na po yun, right. Guys, if you haven't heard about Giver yet, we have Giver, your friendly marketplace for sharing. We started this endeavor in 2017, and we're still growing. You know, this is part of the Illustrado family. The whole idea of Giver is to give away what you don't need, okay? Because we have so much stuff at home which is not being used, and sometimes all these things are thrown away in the landfill. So instead of throwing them away, give away what you don't need, and then you can get stuff for free. Just pay for delivery. You know, there's no shame in asking. You know, you don't have to buy all the time. If you
ask and you shall receive.
Yes,
right?
ask and you shall receive. So if you find something that you're interested in Giver, just make a request, and you know, if the giver approves, you will receive it, and that's it. You just pay for delivery. So hopefully you can support us, and you know, check out your closets this weekend. And
not just closets, you have furniture, you have like a lot of stuff, right?
Exactly, so many things. By the way, we have been partnering with companies also, and you know, in recent months, we have distributed some 150 pieces of furniture from the Jebel Ali Resorts Hotels Group. And we have also distributed over 1,000 pieces of ceramic ware, and we've got so many good stuff coming in from our corporate partners as well. So please do support us, yeah? And yeah, some more greetings, Alwee?
Oh, yeah, some more names too.
Some more names, don't butcher them.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. Allan Bautista is watching. Allan Bautista of LBC, thank you so much. Jen Asila is watching. Malu Prado is watching from Mpq Tourism.
Mpq Tourism,
Yummy Papa is watching.
Oliver Serrano from Alpha Media.
Marlon Malinaw from Kuwait is watching.
Fans. Hi, Marlon.
Philippine Reyes is watching. MJ Iba is watching. Emel Sabularse from...
I'm laughing because it's
Bulacan.
like Miss Roni's giving you a hard time with all these names, yeah?
Chef Andrew Padayas is
Chef
also
Andrew.
watching. I wonder if he is watching with Dea.
Yeah, Martin Peñaflor from Tangere is also here at the audience. Hi, Martin, yeah?
And of course, Dr. Rex Bahar is also
Rex
watching. Thank
Bahar.
you guys so much for tuning in. Are you guys ready for our celebrity guest?
Celebrity guest, talaga building up. Yeah, but before that, we'll break for our travel tips from insiders from your favorite cities. Yeah? Okay, before we announce our rock star guest today, whom we have so promptly embarrassed. Sorry po, ma'am. All right, we'll just acknowledge all the contributors who have, shared with us the insider travel tips from their cities. We had Dr. Becky Desiderio. Her family lived in Seoul for a year, so she has some very nice tips there. The most important tip that I really like, she said, before you travel to Seoul, you go on a diet because you have to be able to eat. You cannot just not eat all the beautiful food out there. Of course, we have our favorite person in Japan, Robert Ilagan, the fabulous robotology. Salamat ng marami for always contributing to Illustrado. There are a lot of tips from Robert, which we're going to share with you in the link later on. And of course, from Singapore, we have Grace Angel. Angel ba or Angel? It's Grace Angel. And then of course from Hanoi in Vietnam we have Aisen Bernardo. Thank you very much, guys, for participating, and we're going to share that material with all you later on. And for our special guest, drum roll.
We're very, very lucky.
We're very, very fortunate to have her. Yeah.
Miss Cham Yalong, our trade attaché.
Exactly.
Thank you for having me.
This is a very important topic for me because we're doing Expo 2020.
Yes, yay!
Everyone's favorite topic, I think.
Every time we hear the Philippines is going to be at the Expo, we're like, so celebratory. So it's a landmark. It's a milestone for the Philippines.
Yes, it is.
What is the significance of Dubai Expo 2020 sa mga Filipinos dito? What do you think, Charmaine?
Well, I think this is really the biggest participation the Philippines is participating in any trade show, any exposition all over the world since time immemorial. So definitely, we are really going big for this. And of course, the 700,000 UAE-based Filipinos is something, you know. So definitely, we are excited about this participation, and I am sure everyone can be very proud of it. We really hope that everyone can be proud of it.
So I mean, there's a cultural component to this whole thing, and we're going to talk about that later. But what about on the business side? What does the Philippines hope to gain by participating in the expo from a trade and tourism point of view?
Yes, of course, actually 2/3 of our objectives for our Philippine participation, primarily why the Department of Trade and Industry is sharing it, the Philippine Organizing Committee, is because our objective is really trade, investment, and tourism promotions for one, and then second is business to consumer engagement, so direct to consumer business. So there are many opportunities. In the pavilion itself, we will have a restaurant and we will have a retail shop. So all this have been posted for bidding already. The requirement, it has to be Filipino owned. So definitely that's something to be excited about. Yes.
We're excited because it's very rare that you go out here and you actually have Filipinos as the priority for business biddings, you know?
For everything here, of course, the Filipinos are the priorities. I like what we're always saying, the Philippine pavilion for the Philippine participation is just 50%.
Okay.
Another 50% is about the 18-month monthly events that we're organizing. So we're going to be releasing an expo calendar, so everyone should look out for it, but definitely a lot of opportunities on a monthly basis for either exporters, whether you're in the in a direct to consumer business. So all of these opportunities all open for Filipinos.
So Charmaine, where can entrepreneurs see the information for these projects so that they can bid?
Of course. So for all posting for bidding, it's going to be at www.dti.gov.ph. So all requirements will be posted there.
Okay, again, we repeat, it's www.dti.gov.ph. So all the tenders in relation to the Dubai Expo 2020 are going to be posted there. And of course, they're looking for Filipino-owned businesses. So you guys, if you're in the business and whatever you're offering matches what the DTI is looking for, please do participate,
But how about for the normal Filipinos? Is the show gonna be open to the public? Can they just go there and see?
Naman mga normal Filipinos. What about the abnormal
for the
Filipinos?
non-business, sorry. Let me correct myself, for the non-business sector. For the Filipinos
I have to pull your strings talaga.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry po.
Alright, for the normal Filipinos, you can of course participate in the Philippine with the Philippine participation in Expo by visiting the Philippine Pavilion. That's one. That's from October 2020 to April 2021. But like I said, there's going to be monthly events starting from August until
so
April 2019 to August 2019 to April 2021. So all these monthly events, these are all open to the public. Whether you're a businessman or you're just a visitor, it's all for Filipinos.
So it's more than a year of celebrations really
Yes.
for the Philippine community. And you know, I'm sorry guys, we can't be so strict all the time. We always have to burst out in laughter. That's how we do it, even for the business discussion. So that's how we roll. But anyway, just going back to that, Charmaine, one of the very exciting aspects of the Philippine participation is the pavilion that everybody's talking about.
Yes.
Can you tell us about Bangkota?
Bangkota.
Yes. Well, as you know, and it has been said again and again through the PRs, but we're always happy to share, Bangkota, it's an ancient Filipino word for coral reef. And I feel personally, and this is really the vision of the architect Royal Pineda, that it represents the Filipino. You know how coral reefs are from a single polyp. It spreads out and it's now all over the world. So doesn't that speak of Filipinos in general?
We take over.
Yes. We're all over. And then somehow we're still connected, you know, through travel, through migration, through technology like we're doing now. Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea. So what do they expect to find? What can they expect to find when they go inside Bangkota?
Well, the exhibits inside is being curated by Miss Marian Roses. So the idea is it will be a platform for conversation about cultural sustainability. So within the expo, we are at the sustainability district, but instead of, of course, we're going to be talking about the environment, we're going to be talking about climate change, but, I think what would be the central theme to it is really connectivity and how culture is, we are all connected by culture, and no matter whether you're Filipino, you're non-Filipino, it will be a platform where everyone can just discuss about culture.
Excellent.
And is it something that we should be preserving, or is it something that we should be liberating? So it's really a good platform for that.
It's really a great undertaking. And there's another interesting aspect that we wanted to ask you, because you have the Philippine National Day in relation to the expo, and you call it Day 1.
Yes.
Can you share that with us? Because I think that is another idea that we should be really, not only expressing but sharing with fellow Filipinos out there.
Exactly. So everyone was requested for a National Day, all country participants. We specifically chose March 16. So this is the day supposedly when Ferdinand Magellan arrived in the Philippines and discovered us. So by discovering us, yes. So through holding our National Day on March 16, we want to be liberated from that colonial perception that that we have been a country just when the Spanish came, because that's simply not true. I mean, history would say that we have been a civilization way before.
Exactly.
We were seafarers, we were doing trade with Arabs, then Chinese, name it. So
exactly.
So it's a way for us to have a mindset reset, and the stop of everyone has to look at the Philippines and ourselves as Filipinos. We should stop looking at us being a civilization and starting our history with the Spanish time, the Spanish time, because we didn't start then. We had our own language even before then. And that's something that we can
anything you wanted to say
about?
about?
Like goosebumps. Very beautiful story. Really looking forward to that.
I think let me just emphasize that again, because I love this story, especially with our with our values in Illustrado. Mga kababayan, hindi po tayo diniskubre, because we were already a fully realized culture before anybody came to our islands. So this is just trying to change the narrative. Everything that we have been taught since we were kids, we were not just discovered, we were already made as a civilization. And now's the time to share that story. And Alwee, earlier
in a much bigger platform.
In a much bigger platform. Earlier you were saying that you were asking about how ordinary people can participate. I think all of us have to take it upon ourselves to shout as much as we can on this Philippine milestone about not only about the expo, but about our new narrative as a people.
Exactly.
Share po natin, let's share the story. every time we can, and really participate and be part of this entire movement, right, Charmaine? Right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Do you have any other things that you want to share with our viewers right now?
Well, of course, that's it. I mean, we will be releasing in very, very soon. We will have a groundbreaking activity at the expo site, and
that's happening in December.
And there's going to be a lot of activities around that, and we want everyone to be excited and really participate in it, because we're really preparing hard for it. We want everyone to enjoy, and at the same time be really part of it, because the expo is for you but also by you. So without your support, none of this will be possible. So
and this is something that all of us can be very proud for.
Yes,
definitely. It's a once in a lifetime chance, guys. Please do participate. And again, repeating the information that we said earlier, if you're a business owner operating out here and you want to participate in bidding for the projects that are connected with the Expo 2020, please do check out the website of the DTI. It's www. Okay, ako na rin, .dti.gov.ph, and please do bid and be part of this grand thing for the Filipinos. Thank you very much, Charmaine, for joining us today. And any questions, guys, just drop it in, and we'll share it with Charmaine and her office, and hopefully we can answer them for you. And right now, we pause again to go back to travel.
We go back to traveling.
Yay! Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're back.
We're back, and Alwee, let's have some greetings, yeah?
Yes, we would like to say hi and thank you, say thank you for every one of you who are watching. Saying hi to John Santelian.
Rockstar John.
Yes, Defani from Strawberry.
My hair.
Defani.
Thank you, Strawberry, for my hair always.
Juni Jose is also watching. Leonor Flores.
Eldezane.
Bocado, right?
Bocado.
Right?
I was gonna say avocado. Oh my God.
Like,
Eldezane Bocado. Sorry, Eldezane. Cyrene Pinpin.
Mom Kelry Cuenca is also
The
watching.
fabulous Kelry Cuenca.
June Tasha is watching from Melbourne,
All
Australia.
the way from Melbourne. Hi, Melbourne.
Noelu de los Santos is watching. Manuel Adlawan and Bobby Carella.
Our Mama Dragon, Bobby Carella from the Philippine Business Council, our chairman. Thanks for watching us, Bobby. We'll be announcing the PBC activities in a while. Yeah? And then going back to our travel tips from Pinoys who actually live there. Thank you very much to Girly Ellsworth of Los Angeles, California, LA. She said, if you feel like having an easy day, take the 6-hour LA tour. Glamorous neighborhoods, iconic landmarks, eatery shops, skyscrapers, and famous homes of the stars are among the many attractions seen on these tours. Then we have Ryan Arbilo, who lives in Paris. right? Ryan Arbillo, yeah? Ryan Arbillo is one of those rare talents who have exhibited, he had a one-man show in one Paris museum.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's really very talented. Thank you for sharing your insider tips, in Paris. And he said that since Paris is the center of all arts, really, you cannot go to Paris and not visit the museum. So that's his number one tip there. Of course, we have the fabulous Gilbert Reid from Dublin, Ireland, right? Gilbert says that the Irish are one of the most fun people that he has met, and he said that the real way to get to know Ireland is to go to a pub and have a pint, because you can talk to the locals and everybody is so friendly and all that. So if you're visiting Dublin, Ireland, do hit Gilbert Reid. We're going to be sharing their Facebook pages later on as well. Thank you very much, Gilbert. And then we have, wow, this was interesting, a Pinay who lives in Iceland, right? We have, I'm going to Iceland now. We have Marvi Hill Ablaza. Okay, Alwee, pronounce the capital.
Okay, I will try.
I'm challenging Alwee now. Okay, please pronounce that word.
It's like a Dothraki word. It's Reykjavik.
It's Reykjavik, yeah?
Reykjavik. Oh, close enough.
Close enough. Yeah, so we have, one of our contributors, Marvi Hill Ablaza, who lives in Iceland. And Marvi says that Iceland, the weather is so deceptive. So always prepare, because even if it's summer season, you never really know. So always be prepared. And one of the interesting tips that she has mentioned in the story is that do not go for a self-driving tour during the winter, because in Iceland, cars can actually get blown off the road by the strong winds.
Wow.
So do not drive by yourself if you're going to Iceland in the winter. You can do this during the summer, but not in the winter. And
I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that Iceland is actually greener than Greenland. No, it's true. I don't know.
Dapat merong funny sound. That should have been accompanied by a funny sound.
I will link it in the comment section, you guys, just to prove that Iceland is actually greener than Greenland.
And another trivia for you, Alwee, that there are in fact Filipino-owned establishments in Iceland, which I found so amusing, right? Once we share the link with you guys, you can read through all this. But every destination, we have asked our Filipino friends out there to tell us if there are Filipino communities, if there are shops, just in case you miss home and you want to eat rice and, sinigang or whatever. So
Sinigang in Iceland.
Exactly. There are shops in Iceland, actually, that cater to the Filipino community. And then, of course, we have the fabulous Miss Agnes Pedrosa Marilid, who goes home to Sweden every summer. And her place is by a lake, about 20 minutes from Stockholm, and she's got so many nice pieces of advice.
Wow.
When you travel to Sweden, and she says, we still go back every summer to our red wooden house in a lakeside forest, about 20 minutes away from Stockholm City. Our village is situated near a nature reserve, so summer is spent hiking around the forest, picking berries and mushrooms, and swimming in the lake. How idyllic is that?
This is
how nice.
Berries everywhere.
I love that. Berries and mushrooms everywhere. Hey, Agnes, if you're watching us right now, thank you very much for participating. And so that's our travel tips from our Filipinos who live in these favorite cities around the world. Now we go back to business.
Yeah.
Yes, Alwee.
So now we're going to be talking about the Filipino-founded businesses here in the UAE and beyond. So to start things, sorry. Hello.
Hello. Just to mention, Alwee, back in 2006, I remember there was a statistic released by the Dubai Chamber of Commerce, and they counted 75 Philippine businesses that were registered with the Chamber of Commerce at that time. But after so many years, there are hundreds and hundreds of Filipino businesses that are registered right now. And from the typical mom and shop, like restaurant catering to the small Filipino community, now we have businesses in all different sectors. So we're very proud of that, and we're egging you guys on, support each other. We're here to support each other.
Just like the Almost Impossible Agency, which was founded by Joseph Francis Bihag.
Okay.
Right?
So they're the agency that make the impossible possible. Of course, that's why they're called Almost Impossible. So they have developed digital campaigns, branding projects, websites, apps, activations, and they're using artificial intelligence. So do
AI.
check them out, yeah? Of course, there's Illustrado. How can we forget not to put we cannot forget to put ourselves there. Most people do not know that we also do advertising and marketing for various clients, and we do all these activities under the name Creo. And we have done so many projects for both multinational, regional companies as well as SMEs. And our creative director, who's never going to be in front of you because he's very shy, Chu-Benitez, he says that bringing ideas to life through traditional manual work is a laborious and time-consuming task. Technology has enhanced the way we present in so many ways through a short span of time. And he says to remain competitive, be creative in one thing, but if you can't execute in the best and most efficient way possible, it will be a letdown. So it's not just about creativity, guys. It's also about being able to execute properly.
And
Then,
next
of
up,
course,
we
yeah.
have Ape Creatives, founded by Roland Rodriguez.
Dog Boy
Dog Boy.
Yeah.
It's a artist, designer, everything amazing.
Studio, yeah.
Their works has been commissioned by Nike, by Barako Grill,
Yeah.
Al Kasba, and like so much more.
And they won the 2018 Indigo Design Awards in Tokyo. They received a silver medal there for their typography. And one of the reasons why we're sharing this with you is not only to inform you that there are Filipino companies out there, but to brag about it, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, we're so proud of these companies, and please do support these companies. So like I always say, support each other. Of course, we have Jungle Beige.
We have Jungle Beige, founded by BJ De Guzman, Michael Taylor,
Florian
Moser,
Moser.
and Khalid bin Hadder.
And Jungle Beige is a creative agency and consultancy for lifestyle industries and cultures. So they actually specialize in the cool brands,
Yeah.
right? And they've worked for so many brands like
International brands
Yeah.
like Levi's,
Puma,
Puma, Koya,
Radisson
Radisson Blue.
and amongst few, Mayocum and Cartel Coffee. So they've got so much creative work. We're going to be sharing all that information. And then we go to company services. We have Prime Group UAE, which is led by, of course, Mary Jane Alvero Almadi. It's a very dynamic company out there, and they have been founded in 2016. Actually, this grew from Geosciences Laboratory. So from being a construction laboratory, they've expanded into so many categories, and they focus on certification. And all the Philippine businesses that have to secure halal certification, for example, have to go through Prime. So one to check out.
And then another business that is included in the company services, we have Play Middle East, founded by Edwin Duria. So this is a business consultancy which helps you with your licensing,
setting up the
registration,
business.
renewal, basically setting up the business
And then, of course, we have Dagas Management Consultancy, which is founded by Christina Calagian, who's part of the Illustrado 100. And the company has been founded in 2011. And they specialize in management consultancy in providing human resources, general business management, among others. Another company to check out. Of course, we have the Filipino Institute. Gabriel John Remando has done so much work in the community for the last couple of years. And they've started in a very humble setup. And now, 5 years on, they have changed so many lives out there.
Yeah.
They have allowed so many Filipinos to upgrade their skills. And
from languages, practical
short
technical.
courses, exactly. Or, yung mga, sabi nga natin sa Filipino community, mga pangkabuhayan. So if you want to change your career in the future. And, they have already equipped over 80,000 Filipinos with skills. That's a staggering, an amazing number, 80,000 Filipinos.
Yeah, and 15 branches across UAE, Qatar, and Bahrain.
More power to you and your team, Gabriel John Remando. Of course, we have De La Salle Montessori, which is founded by Remedios Chu. That's my mom. That's actually the family nursery. This is a nursery which has been there for the last 22 years. and they actually have about 3,000 graduates which have moved on and they have topped in their schools. Right now, De La Salle Montessori is also helping homeschooled kids. So there's a lot of this trend right now that kids are opting to be homeschooled by their parents, and sometimes they need space to interact with other people. They're providing for that service also right now. Of course, we have Philippine Business School with the founder Lyndon Magsino. And Philippine Business School, it's very self-explanatory. So if you're out there and you're trying to, improve your career prospects, you want to go into entrepreneurial courses and other courses, do check out the Philippine Business School.
And we also have the Philibrit Training Center, co-founded by Mayat Galang Evans. Philibrit provides over 300 training courses that cover a wide scope of talent, skills, and certifications.
Right, and then we have Hyatt Institute, still on education and training. Hyatt Institute is a subsidiary of the Mohammed bin Rashid Establishment for SME Development. And they do occupational safety training, advanced medical training, and professional management. The founder is Lorraine Alfonso. So many different categories. If you're needing services, do check out your Filipino companies first, right?
And then we have Faces
business,
FZE. I'm still learning, but in the sports side, founded by Alex Calweng.
Alex Calweng with a question mark?
Alex Calweng? Like,
Sino si Alex Calweng?
Do we know this person?
No, Alex. We love Alex Calweng. Alex Calweng is a very well-known photographer. We're going to be talking about this photography later on. But this business,
Yeah, he's also a former high school and college basketball coach in the Philippines, which he brought here his passion about like teaching kids and how to learn basketball.
And develop discipline and become better people. I think that's the most important takeout for me there. It's not just about basketball, but about disciplining the kids and helping them to grow up into better people. And then, of course, one of our supporters throughout the year, Cmg Cargo, which is founded by Michelle Ginto. And, they're a cargo company, but they have this innovation of using the drums. So if you've seen those pictures of the drums with Choki in it, Choki is like CMG's mascot. I always call Choki like that. Yung personality ng CMG is so fun. So they've got this innovation. You can use drums instead of traditional boxes, for sending stuff back home. Of course, we have Papa Movers, founded by Ana Mariel Papa, and they're a moving company. So if you're transferring to another house, or you need other services like,
storage and
all
residential
that.
and commercial cleaning, so they do that for you guys.
So do check out Papa Movers. Meeting, Dance, and Leisure Wear, Alwee.
Meeting, Dance, and Leisure Wear is founded by Regina Martin Maruata, founded in 2005. So it is a one-stop shop for durable and high-quality clothes and shoes and accessories that caters exclusively to the growing dance community.
Yeah, so if you're looking for ballet wear, if you're looking for dance shoes.
Pwede rin ba to for Zumba?
Pwede for Zumba. You have these jazz shoes which are specialized. You can find it in Meeting, Dance, and Leisure Wear. And I think they have an online portal also where you can order the stuff. Right? And then we have Vantage International all the way from Oman. With founder Maria Josephine Panagsagan Abina, who's one of the most active entrepreneurs out there. They distribute, affordable Philippine brand goods in the Sultanate of Oman. So hi, Josephine, if you're listening right now. Of course, our favorite entrepreneur girls.
Sorry.
Right?
Entrepreneur Girls, founded in 2016 by Felicito Hernandez, Gertrudis Cabral, Hayden Justificar, Samira Quintanilla, and Cheryl Bakay Agbing.
So they're supplying and they're distributing these organic, various organic rices from the Philippines, from Mindanao farmers that they actually work with. So it's not just about supplying the rice as well as barako, but it's also helping out the farmers back home. So you guys are doing a great job. If you guys have a craving for black rice or red rice or whatever, or barako coffee, please do check out Entrepinoy FZE or entrepinoyco.com. And then we have in Abu Dhabi, La Carne, which is a premium meat supplier and shop out there in Abu Dhabi. Actually, this is a very good business that is founded by Jovy Tuano. So if you're a meat lover and you're into all those special cuts, you know, La Carne is the place to go to. And they've been growing from strength to strength. And not only do they supply, you know, regular customers, but they're also supplying hotels and golf clubs and all these other establishments back there in Abu Dhabi.
And another business that he founded is FILFOOD Innovation, which supports the the Filipino food and beverage industry by pushing it to the multicultural audiences in the UAE.
Yeah, so they, as if Jovy is not busy enough, they launched FILFOOD this year in 2019, and what they're trying to do is to up the standards for all Philippine food and beverage outlets. So they're helping out you know, companies so that they can up their standards, and then they can also get non-Filipinos to try Filipino food. A very good undertaking. Of course, Ounce, which is founded by Alberto Opena since 2013. Ounce has steadily made a name for itself within the UAE through its expertise within event and facilities management consultancy and catering for numerous events. Of course, we know Alberto Opena for really promoting Filipino drinks, you know. He calls it tagay or tagay cocktails. He's the one who brought this idea here in the UAE. So kudos to Alberto Opena. Off the Hook Restaurant.
Gutom na ako.
You're hungry already? Okay.
Off the Hook Restaurant, since they've opened in Abu Dhabi, to date they have, I think, 4 branches, and 5th one is coming our way. So the concept is very Kamayan, seafood, super amazing flavors. You have to try this out, guys.
You have to try that out. And I wanted just to share to all entrepreneurs out there what Rolly Brucales, the founder, shared. He said, lahat tayo dapat umuwi ng meron. So they're promoting the idea of financial literacy to Filipinos. So, you know, do your business, but make sure that when you go back home that you're able to really support yourself properly, right?
And another restaurant, oh my God, like you guys are making me hungry. Adobo Restaurant 24/7, founded in 2014 by Dowel de Ligos.
One of our supporters. Hi Dowel, if you're listening right now. Of course, we have Esquinita, which is founded by Aldo Aguilar, which is very well known for street style eats.
You have to try their isaw sisig. It's
isaw sisig, wow, okay, great. And then for all you chocolate lovers out there, there's a Filipino company for you. It's called Cochocola. You can check out their website at cochocola.com. And it's founded by Luchi and Iman Sugitan. Now, the Sugitan sisters have brought a different type of health-conscious chocolate style out here in the UAE.
And they're also helping farmers back home
with their project OFW para sa magsasaka. So, you know, not only bringing out great products out there, but also helping the community back home. Of course, we go to beauty and personal care, and we have the coolest barbershop on the block. They have made barbershops so cool.
And I need a haircut.
So
we're talking about Brusco Barbers, founded in 2018 by Roy Cruz, Abigadi Cruz, Algin Surya, and Malu Gallardo.
If you want to see a cool barbershop that you just can hang out with and drink a nice coffee at, go and check out Brusco Barbers in JLT.
Or if you're going to a meeting, you're in suit, want to get a cut or a grooming, just go there.
Get your hair washed, right? And since we're talking about hair, Strawberry Hair and Nail Salon out there in Karama, it's founded by Defani Gilar and Rima Ann Caballes. They're very brave into doing new styles of hair. So if you're a little bit brave, you want to change of your image, go do check out Strawberry Hair and Nails.
And then we have Indulgence Beauty Salon, founded in 2013 by Emeline M. Basingel.
Right, and you know, for Indulgence Beauty Salon's team, they say that customer satisfaction is at its core. They provide affordable services, but they will never scrimp on quality. And then on the e-commerce side, we have Modern Beauty LLC, modernbeautyaustralia.com, founded by Mai Duncan. And they began as a startup in 2018 with the goal of presenting a new twist in the industry by providing vegan, paraben, and cruelty-free products. Oh, that's very novel.
It's a very sustainable business model.
And you know, a lot of people are now looking for products that are sustainable like that. So do check out modernbeautyaustralia.com, founded by Mai Duncan.
And another one is Bobet's Barbershop in
Oman, in Muscat, yeah.
It's founded in 1989.
1899.
Institution na po ito.
by Bobet Roque. So Bobet, if you're watching right now, more power to you there in Oman. Of course, one of our
Tumatawa na po yung studio audience natin.
Of course, one of our very strong supporters and one of our favorite companies out there is Mpq Tourism. That's founded by Malu Ginto Prado, and they've been in the market since 2013. I think they're the most prominent Filipino travel company out there.
I think so too.
You know, for tours and travels, and I think visa processing and all that. And the great thing about MPQ is that they're not only growing, they have branches across the UAE. They have also set up shop in Las Vegas this year, right? And Malu is saying that their vision and their aspirations are global. So guys, let's support MPQ Travels and Tourism.
And then, of course, we have Angel Wings International, founded in 2018 by Eleni Villena. It's a prime travel events and lifestyle management agency that places customer satisfaction at its core by catering to its international clientele through unparalleled service.
And then we have Time Travel Tourism, founded in 2015 by Jocelyn Del Monte Reyes. And, she said, Carpe Diem is their tagline, and they're trying to provide a multitude of clients tailor-made packages to suit a variety of needs. Now, speaking about tailor-made, there's this one company called Kingfisher Tours, founded by Richie Ernie Bato. And this is how, tailor-made it is. They're catering to the market of fishing enthusiasts. So if you want a chartering company to help you on a fishing tour, this is the company to check out, kingfisherdubai.com. Oh, Forte Events.
Yeah, 40 Events by Kelly Cuenco.
Yeah.
So they create they specialize in creating events that
specialized events, including destination weddings. And the novel thing about what they're doing is that they're also coupling it with their styling, styling services. So it's not only about managing your event. If you need some help in managing your wardrobe also for that event, Kel and his team will take care of that. And then we have Digital Creations, an event management and PR agency founded by Michael Da Costa. And they've already created and managed small to large scale events for clients like Fashion Forward, Novotel, Lush, and Eris Group. And they're also providing affordably priced projects like PR, endorsement, sponsorship, product placements, marketing, and promotional strategies. So do check out Digital Creations. House of Zen, one of our favorite companies.
One of our favorite companies, founded by one of our favorite photographers, also Roseanne Antonio. House of Zen is a niche and creative boutique event management company that specializes in creating beautiful, personalized experiences through bespoke flower decorations.
So if you've visited a lot of these fancy hotels around Dubai and some of the very fabulous fashion houses in the UAE, Roseanne and his team were the ones who have created those arrangements, especially the Armani. It's worth to mention, if you've gone to the Armani, you've seen a beautiful flower arrangement, most probably that is Roseanne and his team who have placed that there. So House of Zen, keep on doing good things, guys.
And then we move to fashion.
To the
we
fashion
have Niche
sector.
Modeling Agency, founded in 2017 by Glitzy Robles.
Glitzy Robles, and they're known for supplying international models for top-notch campaigns here in the region. And what else can we say? They've worked with names like Louis Vuitton, Aldo, Unas, Bamba, Hia Magazine, of course, Illustrado, Jute Magazine, Amato Couture, among so many others. Then we have Anna Models. So if Niche Models is bringing in international models, Anna Models, on the other hand, her strategy is to discover new talent. And her strength is in the ethnic mix of the models that she provides for campaigns here in the country. And then Alpha
we
Media.
have Alpha Media Production, founded in 2016 by Oliver Serrano and Ernesto
The
Flores.
hardworking Oliver Serrano and Ernesto
You see
Flores.
them everywhere, diba?
You see them everywhere. They don't need much introduction. They've done so many projects out there. They have said that they've worked for 500 satisfied clients, and they've done all the biggest events, including GITEX, among a few. You know, if you've seen the broadcast of the Bayanihan Independence celebrations, that was them. You know, so they're able to handle all these huge projects, and you know, these guys are always supporting us. So thank you very much, Alpha Media. Well, one of the veterans in the sector of photography is Mila Torres, who has been, you know, conducting his business since 2004. Actually, if I remember correctly, Milo was one of the first Filipinos at the Dubai Media City. And, you know, with over 15 years of professional media experience, he has been providing photography, company profile design development, multimedia website design, and video coverage services to a lot of people out there. Right, and then we have Soundbox Creative.
Yeah. Founded in 2017 by Christine Abante. It's a multidisciplinary one-stop media production agency that with expertise in delivering professional quality creative content. Very young team into fashion and like lifestyle photography, production, they
and
do
videos.
Everything.
Yeah. Of course, we have the Melwish Studio. They consider themselves as storytellers, founded by Melon and Arish Perez. They've done a lot of projects for the likes of Middle East Film and Comic Con, the Dubai Muscle Show, and have collaborated with IKEA, Al Islami, Arabian Adventure, Cisco, and more. Now we move to the photographers that we
our
love.
favorite photographers.
Our favorite photographers.
Doing really well. Alex Calweng Photography. He does fashion, editorial, and commercial photography.
Vogue Arabia,
yeah.
Harper's Bazaar, all these names. Of course, we have Jeff Anog, Cube 3 by Jeff Anog, another one of our favorite photographers. He's worked for Michael Cinco, the Dubai Tourism Board, Imar, St. Regis, Apparel Group, Elux Paris, so many more names, yes.
And then another brilliant photographer, Rosan Antonio. He's worked with a lot of designers as well, like Michael Cinco, Amato, Ezra Santos, Ryan Pacholes, Gary Mondraferos, and he does other commercial stuff too.
In fact, a lot of the Filipinos here, they dominate in the fashion industry. So you cannot swing around without hitting a Filipino.
Yeah, exactly.
if this were a virtual room. And then you have Soul
And then
Trap,
we have Soul Trap Studio, founded in 2016 by Heiko De Sesto. So it's a photography and videography service. They've worked with Burberry, Vogue Arabia, Dolce & Gabbana, Adidas, and more.
Yeah. Another veteran is Chris Columberan, and he does photography projects for so many clients, including McDonald's, MasterCard, Audi Magazine, Enoch, Tonino Lamborghini, and so much more. And on the other side of the spectrum, we have Celebrate Uniforms, which is owned by managing partner Eden Borja. They were established in 1988. They used to do gift items, and now they branched into the business of uniforms. And they are supplying very prestigious schools, including Capital School in Avalon Heights, World Private School with uniform production.
And then we have Ashan Premium Hotel Supplies. They design and manufacture leatherware and accessories for hotel using high-quality wood resin, steel, and acrylic, and other indigenous materials as well.
And they've won a couple of awards in 2015 and 2017 at the Middle East Hotel Awards. And then finally, we have
Golf Law, founded in 2010 by Attorney Barney Almazar.
They don't need much of an introduction. Barney Almazar and his team at Golf Law, they provide a whole range of legal services, you know, not only to companies but individuals. And they've also been handling the portfolios of some high net worth individuals in Southeast Asia. And they've led a acquisition of a 125 million acquisition of a UAE company by a Filipino group.
Wow.
You know, it's not every day that we can say that, but that's a big deal. So there you go, guys. Wow. Just like that, Alwee. Now you're hungry. So we had to zip through, but we're going to be sharing all that information for you guys. Check out these companies, get inspired, find out who the people are behind these companies, and do support them. And before we go to our video for our next travel destinations, Alwee?
We would like to say hi to everyone who's watching VMC,
Kape at Pandesal?
Pandesal.
Lalo ka pang pinagutom.
Angeline Oloya is watching. Divine Masinsin, hi. Maria Cristal Punay. Liam Alexandra. Jay McFlurry is watching. David Ojeda. Maria Eliza Bihag. Mitch Occidental. Hilarion Oliver. Mike
Siapno?
Makeup artist. Yeah, makeup artist. And
then
Erica
Erica
Gismundo is watching.
Michelle Ginto from CMG. Hey, Bay Celso, all the way from Doha. Marlene Murphy. Hi, Marlene. And then we have Rose Tacorda from Palazzo Versace. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And now, from business, we're going to travel. Do check out these cities and the travel tips from the people who live in these favorite cities. Wow, so Alwee, were you able to catch your breath?
Yeah, that was a long
marathon,
one, but a good one.
But we do appreciate you guys participating. And if there are companies out there, if you own a company in the UAE or the GCC that we have not, mentioned in this issue, please get in touch with us and, get to know us. And, we hope to feature you soon. Let's talk about our travel destinations, Alwee.
This is Tallinn, Estonia, by Elaine Caguiat Santos. She says it's easy to get around Tallinn via public transport, so basically bus and tram. Buy a smart card from supermarkets and our kiosks. There's one in the airport. So during summer, go around using rental bikes and scooters that are scattered around the city center.
Yeah.
Download the apps Mobius.ee, so it's a bike, and City B, which is a scooter, and Bolt, also a scooter.
Yeah.
And enter your payment details, and you're good to go. There's so much things and places to see around the city.
And thank you to Ruby Bebita or Bebitashvili in Georgia. She shares her tips for traveling to Tbilisi, which Filipinos love so much because it's just nearby.
It's 3 hours away.
It's 3 hours away, and it doesn't cost much. So if you're having, want a quick holiday, just hop on over to Tbilisi. And of course, Ruby has a lot of good things to say about visiting the country. And she says, there are a lot of times you can visit any time of the year, but of course Filipinos love traveling there in the winter because it's our chance to play in the snow.
Like for me, I have not seen snow in my life.
Yeah, you have not seen snow in your life kasi you should have gone with us to Tbilisi before. Right, okay, and then the next destination in your, in the magazine is
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia, right? And thank you very much to Jomar Gazo. And he's talking about how Sydney is so accommodating to all foreigners, all people from all walks of life. And the only thing that you have to remember is that shops are closing early. So you might be disappointed if you're looking for shops that are open late like they are in Asia. So make sure that, you do that and you take note of that when you travel to Sydney. Our friend in Melbourne, Jun Takyo, he also, shared with us some tips. Do you want to read that? Yeah.
I'm reading the tip from Jun Tasio. He says, though Melbourne may not boast the grandest landmarks compared to Sydney, We have the famous Flinders Street Railway Station, a building that is more than a century old, right in the heart of the city. The spot has become one of the most iconic landmarks in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Ang ganda.
Ang ganda, yeah, it's really nice. And of course, we have our friend Boyet Damot, who has shared with us insider tips for his city in Australia, in Brisbane. And one of the reminders that Boyet was sharing with us is that Australia is a left-hand. Am I right? It's a left-hand driving country. So if you're not familiar with driving,
Just take an Uber.
just take an Uber, right? Yeah, if you're not familiar with left-hand driving and the rules for left-hand driving, don't do it,
Because
guys.
it's so hard, like for me, I cannot.
I like that.
cannot
Just
do
take
it.
an Uber. It answers all the difficulties, you know. Take care of all that. Guys, we're going to be sharing all this with you later on. We're going to be sharing the link to our magazine.
Yeah.
Let's show them the cover, Alwee. So we're going to be sharing that link later on. You can read all these articles. And if you want to order, you can also order the magazine via our website. So you're going to be able to read all these things.
We're also running another article that is called the top 10 Airbnb you should book for your next trip.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's across the globe.
Sometimes the Airbnb is the destination in itself, you know.
And, you know, like you get to meet the owner, the
Yeah.
local, to get to show you the city.
Or how the locals live.
Yeah,
And if
exactly.
you're like me, I like to stay at home because tamad po akong maglakad. That's me.
Wala pala akong
on to our announcements. On to our announcement now. We just wanted to remind you, if you're a business owner, guys, the best thing that you can do is to join the Philippine Business Council of Dubai and the Northern Emirates. There are so many activities happening in the next couple of months, starting with EduBiz this August. Please go to the Philippine Business Council of Dubai and Northern Emirates Facebook page. You will see all the dates. You know, at EduBiz, you get to learn. There is a workshop which is sponsored by the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Tourism, and they're teaching consumer-friendly practices. So if you're a business owner, this is a free workshop. Come and join, and you will benefit from all these things. We also have Interface happening in November. This is the gathering of all the top business leaders and, you know, the diplomatic corps that are related with the Filipino business community. That is happening in November. Next year is going to be another landmark event for the Philippine Business Council. We will be having in February Arte Filipinas, which is in collaboration with Art Dubai. This is going to be the biggest art event that the Filipino community has ever undertaken.
A lot of things happening, so you guys better watch out, and we'll keep you posted.
And please do join. Yeah, please do join the Philippine Business Council. And not to forget, from Illustrado itself, please, guys, we are starting to prepare for our September big fashion issue. Right? So if you know of any designers who have elevated Filipino ingenuity out there, please let us know. All right?
Yeah, just slide into our DM and
Slide into our DM, send us your portfolio or whatever. Of course, we're going to be featuring the 100 hottest Filipino designers, not only from the UAE, but from across the globe. So if you know of somebody, if you have a friend, if you are one of them, just
come forward.
Come forward, come through, right? And for you guys who own businesses, do not forget, make your presence known. Please talk to us. We would be more than happy to feature you in the future. And that's it, Alwee.
That's it. Thank you
We
so
got
much
through.
for joining us today.
Yay!
In business and travel. Thank you so much, Radisson Blue Hotel Dubai Dare Creek,
Yes.
for always hosting us.
And thank you to the Philippine Trade Office, DTI, our amazing representative, Ma'am Charmaine Yalong, for gracing the show. And that was Illustrado Go Live. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Join
you.
us once again. Bye.